Hey guys, what's happening? I wanted to bring one more of these most feared enraged gameplays to you. And right off the bat, look at Honey Badger. He is furious. Um, got a new mic in finally, so hopefully we get more consistency in the volume here. And Jamal almost breaking one to the house. Try to jump out of that move. Not so bad, not so bad. And here's another one out of this ace set that I'm running. I'd like to take that B receiver, bring him over to the left. Just mistimed it a little bit, but there's a couple plays out of that formation that seem to be working pretty good when I motion him over. And Demarius making up for that. It's one of those, how the hell did you catch that plays? But hell, you know what? I didn't pay like 190K for that guy for him not to make plays like that. So whatnot. Marshall. No, so that's seemed to be a little bit of the go-to stuff for him. It's like, right over the middle near the goal line. He's going to catch the ball in traffic, and normally he's going to bowl over where, one or two defenders, and a lot of times he'll walk in on stuff like that. So it seems to be a strong area to use him at. Now here on the defense, I'm bringing in basically, like I said, I got Honey Badger, I got Merriweather, Ike Taylor, and Corley Finnegan. So those are my four, and I've got Mac because that was a free card. Everything else pretty much what I was bringing normally. And there's Mac on the tackle there. I just kind of want to see how these guys are going to play, backing them up, see if I can lock them down. And again, that's Darnell Dockett. I know everybody likes Wilkerson, and he was good. I mean, you can't go wrong with all the block shedding in there, but I want a guy who's going to bring some heat and whatnot, and he really fits that bill. And that's the Philly play. You should all be familiar with that right now, and I read that just fine. Use your stop that. You want to get on those early, otherwise these scrubs are going to keep running that, and then they're going to follow that up with the fake one to the right with the screen pass. So lock that down early, so they're not going to sit there and just keep throwing it at you. Normally you got to do it yourself though. Computers seem to struggle with that play for some reason. And and he's doing a decent job here, moving a little bit down the field. First drive, Jason Witten. I'll tell you, he probably has a rough game with that guy, but and I really didn't notice if he's even running any of the most feared. And he throws a tough catch, and Mac picks it up off the ground pretty much in there. And Jamal, a little spin. Like I say, I'll always take those little 5-yard clips. No problem with that. And with him, you never know. You'll take any of those, and you're always one or two little moves away from going the distance on it. And Demarius with a nice diving catch. So he's already coming up strong. Like I said, but those are the plays you want the guy to make, and that's what you're paying for. And Steve, my man, the great white hype. To the house, that's one of my money plays in there. If you've seen the videos, you know I like to run that one. And Merriweather on the tackle there. I gotta say, out of probably the four guys that I'm running, he's probably my favorite in there because I'm using that position a lot anyway. He covers a lot of ground pretty fast, and when I'm not even, he seems to be around the ball pretty well. Out of all of the four, I think that I'm using the secondary. Ike Taylor just. He's a ghost. He may not even be there as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, maybe he's just not being tested much. But and there's the man again, breaking it up. Witten. A few of these catches I noticed this guy's having. I mean, he throws, they look open, and boom, again. My guys are just busting him up. Honey Badger coming in there. He thinks he has it and just swatting them down. Basically, he's sticking these guys, and they're dropping a lot in this game. And we're already down, getting ready, closing out the half here. And see if we can get a few more points on the board. If possible, you always want to get what you can. And Delaney Walker, that's my money guy for the most feared on the offense. He's been terrific. Like I say, that's the one that I will miss. Out of all these cards, that's the one I wish I could keep personally. I've got decent enough guys out there. Steve, he's my playmaker anyway. There's something about Kelsey in there, and it may just be the route run or whatever. It's tough to say in there, but I keep him mainly because of his blocking. He's a good receiver. He holds on fairly well, but he does have issues that if you start watching when guys are up on him, that he doesn't break the right way, and he seems to just kind of chug along for having decent speed. But and right there, my most feared load hole gets just worked over, and there right there, that's on me. That's on the user. I had my man open early, and I waited too long to throw the ball, and and had I held it at that point, I probably could have hit him on a sideline pass, but I must have been feeling the pressure from that play before then, and just made a bad read. But that's okay. It gets him in the game, Now we're moving along. Third quarter here, coming down. I'm really liking these 4 quarters. I feel like the game's kind of back to the way it does. I think it flows a lot better. You have some games where already. I had one after this where I was down, 14-0, and I was like, you stick it out, and I ended up coming back 17 unanswered. You can win. There we are bringing the heat, and my man Fat Willie. Personally, I've had a pretty good success with him actually just being in coverage. I know a lot of people wouldn't think of him that way, but for me, he makes a decent amount of interceptions and breaks down pretty well. He's got good play rec. And then another 10 here for Charles off the side. That run's pretty much held well over this guy for the most part. And then second 8 again. This is again when you misread it. I threw that one too late. He was early open in the route, and I'm not sure if I didn't cancel the play action in time in there. That's one of the things that bites me if I don't do. It seems that you got to hit that right trigger here on that Xbox when you roll out with the play action. It'll stop the animation in there and let you throw the ball quicker. And sometimes I don't, and then I'm hitting the button and they don't get the pass off in time. But again, that's me, not the computer. You can't avoid it, so that's what I have to do. But at least it probably keeps this game going longer, so that way he's in it more. So look at the plus side of that. And Witten on short getting stuffed, so we bring up a 4th down play here. And I'm all over this. My whole team basically is. He's got Shady in there, and aside from maybe one run or so, he's not too much. Nothing too tough to handle. Aaron Foster, that's the BCA card, and that right there is exactly why I have him in there. He may not be the best around, but he falls forward all the time. And I don't know if you caught there where that marker was showing this punt. And I guess I haven't putted much since he's came out, but I'm sitting there at the 45 kicking the ball, and it's showing the damn ball's gonna land in the second tier basically out through the end zone. So I don't know if if I get to a spot here where I'll have to punt the ball early on in another game. I'm just curious how far he can put one down. I mean, what is he gonna throw? An 80-yard punt? And I've heard people saying they just argue with him on the kickoffs too, man, and they can almost chase the damn ball and make the tackle with your kicker with him also. So a few of these guys are a little crazy, and that's 2 nanos in a row for Poe, and I figured might as well just end it up. You got 3. Those A gaps like that are kind of weird this year. The consistency of it really seems to depend on the formation he's running. Whether or not it's going to come in or not. So sometimes I get nothing out of them, and then sometimes like that, once it hits once, I tell you that if you see somebody, you might want to change up what you're doing, at least run a different formation on that, because some of that stuff, when it hits, it don't matter if you're sliding, blocking the running back like it was on him. Poe was killing him no matter what he was doing, the way he had that play set up. So just something out there. And we're kind of getting down the last minute. He gets a little bit of drive. He's starting to run a little bit of curls in here. So I figured I would take the blues and begin to switch him to purples right over there like that. And, I figure he's going to go to that route here at least 1 or 2 more times on these drives, and I'll end up catching him. It's late in the game, not too big, but I figure might as well show it just for that. It's a simple adjustment. Once you start seeing, in that one I just missed it, but once you start seeing them kind of key in on one of your weaknesses, he thought that was open, then you want to take advantage of that. And there's finally Witten making a play, not getting stuffed. I read that, but I read the backside, assuming my linebacker was going to undercut it, which he did, but he didn't really. He just missed the pick on the play, so be it. That's okay. And here's the last one. I know I have the outside cover with the purple, like I say, and Merriweather with the just sitting there basically, threw it right to him. That'll be wrapping that one up also.